Okay, so here's the culprit. Turns out that this area here may have been fused, so I might have to get some sandpaper and sand this all down. Here's the bearing. Oh, this is actually the seal that should go right here, and you can see it right here. Hopefully that's the correct seal. So I'll check it out. Here's the skew, and then here's the part number. I got this from the auto parts. Looks about right. Yep, it's good to go. Cool. So that is, oops, sorry, that is the correct one. That'll go in there. Let's put it back in the box. Keep all the dust and dirt off of it. I'll tell you, even as a nurse, when a patient is coding, not my patients don't code, but when I go help other nurses, my rooms are clean. Well, it's their rooms, but if I get there, most people think it's my patient, but anyways, keep everything clean, keep it out of the way. And, okay, so this is the smaller one. This is the one that goes in here. Yeah, it's got to be right. So it's in a bag. I'll just go and leave it there. I'll save the box just in case something happens. Oh no, that's actually the wrong one. Shoot, I gave me the wrong freaking, oh my gosh, darn it. This is not right. Oh no. Well, I walked over there, and so I actually verified it. The guy was just very confident. Okay, this is, so far, it's correct. That's actually the one for this area. So I'll show you the part number. That's the inner bearing. And here's the part number. I got this from Advanced Auto Parts. They're under $15 a piece. And let's just verify. I can't take it out, so I'll just put it in there. Let's verify this is, actually it is the correct one. Good job, thank you. Huh. I said he was very confident. No wonder he's confident he knew what he was doing. All right, cool. So now all I got to do is pack it. So I saw a YouTube video this guy said that he's going to use the extra tacky, is what he called it. Or, oh, red and tacky grease. So this part is a mess, and I'm gonna go ahead and get a water source going so I can wash my hands afterwards, because it's really bad, and so I don't want to touch anything with my greasy hands. My hands are going to be destroyed for the next couple of days as far as all the grease on them. But let me pause the video there. You have all the part numbers for the seal. Here's UPC for the bearings. Here's the box for what they call the inner bearing. And then here's the part number. And then here's the box for part number for the outer bearing, which is smaller. So my other video shows I ended up using this tool here, 2721, which happens to be a 7-ton versatile roller. And I had a hard time getting it out, so actually what I did was I heated it up with the MAP gas, and I just left it on there for like 5 minutes. Heated it up. As far as this bearing was concerned, obviously I couldn't get to this one from the inside because of the hub. There's no room. So I heated up as much as I could, and then I put the 7 tons of force. You can see it's mushroomed this top a little bit, and then I ended up using not a little 2-pound sledge. I ended up using a 12-pound sledgehammer to knock the shit out of it. And with the pressure from the 7 tons and the beating of it, you can see all the marring on that. I was just beating the crap out of it all the way around, and finally it broke free. The funny thing is that when it broke free, it was literally melodramatic. It was just like literally, that's all it sounded. If you didn't hear me, that's because that's what the sound was like. It was just a little, and that was it. Shiny is never good. You see that shiny spot right there? Oh, that's the starter. Huh. Shiny is never good because it's like something is moving. Something is rubbing against it, or that thing is loose. So I'm gonna check that out. Let's look at it real quick. Well, I can't really tell. There's very little room to put my hand in here, but yeah. Oh, you see? There's a little, like, what the hell is this? Oh. Yeah, there's like a flap on the starter. Piece of paper, cloth, or something. The actual, it's just moving. That's why I told you silver is never good. You saw it move? Yeah, that's what that was. Just a little cloth. But anyway, all right. The other issue that I'm having is the wheel is canted out. So usually the wheel is cambered. They call it camber. Negative camber is when it's coming out. Positive camber is when it's going in. But it's way out. It's negative. So this eccentric bolt here, I don't know how it works. I'm going to break this free just to have it all loose. And then I'm going to have to rotate this thing so that it pushes the wheel out. I'm sorry, so that it pulls the wheel in. In order to do that, I'm going to turn this thing quite a bit actually. So I might end up moving this way down here and just doing a complete 90-degree on it. But we'll see. It's going to be quite a bit of adjustment I've never done before. So we'll see how it works out. Another issue is that my inner tie rod, see, you can see where I moved it. It was like ½ an inch. See how much I moved it? It was pulling to the left because the wheel was turned out this way. So this wheel wanted to get straight and it was pulling the vehicle out to that side. So then I had to turn the wheel to the right because it was pulling to the left. Very confusing, right? But this wheel was pointing this way and it wants to drive straight. It doesn't want to drive crooked. It wants to drive straight. So it's constantly pulling. As it does that, it's going to move the vehicle to the opposite direction, right? Or I guess in the same direction technically. And then you have to correct with that wheel and move it back this way until you go straight. But once I loosened all this stuff up and adjusted my inner and outer tie rod through this link, it worked out well. And now it drives straight. It does very good. It's another reason I knew that that tire, the one in the back, was flat because it was pulling really hard to the right, where normally it pulls to the left. But because it was dragging down, basically making the truck want to turn like this. So it's just dragging this down and making the truck turn. You got to turn the wheel to the left really hard to accommodate for the drag that this tire was doing. It turns out it was flat because of the camber, negative camber. The wheel hub was just the inner part of the tire was just gone. I just drove 700 miles on these 3-year-old tires or something like that. You see they're very high drag, but they just, with that much pressure on that little spot, and that's not even full. I do have about 2,000 pounds or so in the back. So just under 2,000. I think that thing probably weighs about 400, and I have another 1,400 pounds of shingles back there. So about 1,800 pounds of weight. All right, let's continue. Thanks for watching. Bye.